What's going on, you guys? Mr. Mooney 1335 back here yet again. This is an exciting time to be alive. There's a new Blur album coming out very soon. I can't believe it either. I'm very jealous of all those people in the UK, people who went to the Colchester show that they played tonight. I'm very, very jealous of y'all. I do hope that they announce a handful, just a few American gigs. That would be enough to be able to get me out there to something, I guess. I still have never seen Blur live. My fandom started with this band like after Think Tank, but before the Magic Whip, obviously. Started with the Gorillaz, grew into Blur, and started to love them just as much. But yeah, I'm so happy that they decided to come back and actually do a new album. I heard a few radio interviews with the band. They're talking about how they started recording the album in January and just recently finished it like a week ago. So pretty neat. It's one of those things where they were going to come together to rehearse for the Wembley show, and then they announced all these little warm-up gigs all across Europe. And I think we all kind of figured deep down that they would do something album-wise, new music-wise. And yeah, I mean, they kept it a secret, but it was like something I feel like everybody could feel that they're probably going to do something. And what an awesome way to announce a new album before you go on all these different shows and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm hoping for at least end of this year, maybe beginning of next year, they do some American shows because, yeah, I would love to see them at least once. Not to mention the single that they released sounds amazing. I mean, I absolutely love the single that they released. It's not really something that I've heard from Blur before, and I guess I'm kind of happy about it because like I really thought that Blur have pretty much covered all the bases. Honestly, I didn't really think there was anything different musically left for them to do, but this is definitely a different kind of feel. Um, I really like this song. The chorus is great. It's catchy as hell. Um, Lyrics are very poignant. It has a hint of nostalgia. Um, there's parts of it that kind of sound like old 90s Blur, which is really nice. It's really nice to hear that return to form. I think that's something that the Magic Whip lacked. Even though I love the Magic Whip, um, I definitely like that this sounds more band centric than the Magic Whip. We're going to talk a little bit more about that because I have my own thoughts on comparing these two. Because if you really think about it, it's especially after this album was released or announced, I should say, not released yet, unfortunately. Um, this wouldn't exist without Graham Coxon basically telling Damon, "Hey, all that shit that we did in Hong Kong after that show. Well, I kind of put stuff together for it, so you should come sing on it." And Damon was like, "I don't know," but Graham was like, "Okay, come on, Damon, you gotta sing on some of these tracks." And then Damon was like, "Okay," and that's why we have this essentially. But this right here, the new album, feels like a collaborative effort, and everybody went into it wanting to make a new record. So I think that's going to really stand out as a big difference between the Magic Whip and this. It's almost like this is almost the actual comeback album because this actually feels like a collaborative effort between the four members and not just something that Graham was throwing the fans a bone basically into making this a reality. Where this, I think all four of them came together and wanted to make a new record. So I think that's very exciting. Lots of exciting things coming up. I'm looking forward to the new Queens of the Stone Age next month. Probably talk about that a little bit on here too. But anyway, yes, the new Blur is going to be great. I've already pre-ordered a deluxe CD and the deluxe vinyl, like the Stormy Cloud variation vinyl. It wasn't until after I purchased both of these things that the deluxe vinyl actually came with a copy of the deluxe CD, so I didn't need to buy that. But I'm actually kind of happy that I did, because that $20 for that CD that I spent that I didn't have to are going to go to support the band. And I just hope that means, you know, they keep on going, because this is very exciting. The album cover as well is also very Blur. A lot of people have mentioned how it's feels like a Great Escape kind of album cover with the dude swimming on the front, which is great. There's actually a bit of The Narcissist, the single that released, actually reminds me of something from the Great Escape era when I listen to that song, maybe. It's like if Best Days was a little less hazy, maybe, that track from Great Escape. So yeah, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. This right here was like a special treat for the fans, ice cream treat. And this right here actually feels like a true return to form, a collaborative effort. And I'm really, really excited to talk about more of it and unbox all of the cool stuff that I get. I saw that the CD is going to be released on actual release day, so when that comes, I'll unbox that. But the deluxe vinyl is not coming out until August, unfortunately, so we'll have to wait a little bit on that before I can go into detail. But I will on this channel, guarantee it. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to say right now, unfortunately, because we just have the song and the announcement and the release date. Thank God. This is the Blur 21 box set, and I think it's time I go through all of these albums again, because yeah, it's been a little while. I've been kind of hyped up on the Cracker Island train with Gorillaz, so it's been a little while since I went back to Blur. I'm really happy how fast this came out after the Gorillaz album. It kind of reminds me of that time when he came out with the Now Now, and then just a few months later, he was announcing the Good, the Bad, and the Clean album. So it's a whirlwind, man. It's just, it's awesome. It's very, very exciting. Like I said, hope for some American tour dates. I will be there. I fucking guarantee you I will be there if they do at least one American show. I don't care where it is. I'm going. So yeah, let's hope for that. Pray for me. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at the Colchester gig that they did tonight and a few of the other gigs, and check out the set lists. And maybe I'll come back if I can actually see a live stream of one of these and talk a little bit about the set list. I've seen that they're leaning heavy on some Modern Life is Rubbish tracks, which is great. Villa Rosie is one of my favorite deep cuts from Modern Life is Rubbish, and I've heard that they've been rehearsing that one a whole lot. And yeah, the more Modern Life is Rush tracks, Modern Life is Rush, the more Modern Life is Rubbish tracks, the better, because it's really close to being my favorite Blur album. Very, very close. 13 is a tiny step above it because the experimentation just puts it over a different level. But some of the most fun I ever have listening to a Blur album comes from listening to Modern Life is Rubbish. So, Star-Shaped. I would love to hear Star-Shaped. Yeah, man, exciting set list. The St. Charles Square, another song that they played. They started their set with St. Charles Square, which is track number 2 on the new album. Sounds great. Graham Coxon's guitar sounds nice and weird. Kind of reminds me of On Your Own from that little snippet of it, them playing it live. So I'm looking forward to hearing the studio version of that. It sounded great. Yeah, man, it's just exciting. I'm just so fucking happy. I'm so happy that they've actually come back to do a true return to form comeback album. And yeah, man, that's exciting. Tell me what you guys think below. Yeah, I'll be back very soon to talk more about this. It's awesome. See you guys later.